Good evening. Welcome. Ah! I hope everybody's doing well. Happy Tuesday. God, it feels like Monday. Because I didn't stream yesterday. My voice sounded terrible. So I was like, I am not doing this right now. Hi, Titan. Hello. Good evening. Let me know if the volume's good, if I need to increase my volume, aka move the microphone a little bit closer to me, or adjust the sound volume for the game. The audio, I have the master volume at 30%. It's good? Okay, cool. And I lowered everything else to like 40, so. And I did test it for my own hearing. So it seems okay. I'm actually eating ice cream right now, or actually, if you would call this ice cream. It's like the hot fudge sundae from, you know, McDonald's. I had actual food, don't worry. I had actual food. I swear, I promise. How are you? I hope if you had July 4th off, I hope you enjoyed it. If you were working, I hope it was good. I hope I hope work wasn't too terrible or anything. I hope it was uneventful, honestly. And yeah, it was a weekend. It was definitely a weekend. I don't even know how to start talking about it. But yeah, no, I posted it in the Discord. If anybody did peek into the Variety Games channel of the Queenswave Discord, I did finally reveal what I did for my staycation-ish weekend. I was at Anime Expo. Incognito. That was fun. Of course, you know where I went. Lad's booth was crazy. Insane. That booth and I think the Crunchyroll booth was like super packed. I only did like one activity at the Crunchyroll booth, which was like the Witch Hat Atelier thingy, because my friends are fans, so I was like, okay, I'll come along. It was pretty fun though. What else? I don't know. Those cosplayers are gonna live in my head rent-free, and I'm like, holy moly, they were so good. But also, I felt bad for like the stylist. There was a lot of unhinged behavior. So I was like, don't forget that they're people too, guys. Cosplay is not consent. Keeps eating my ice cream as I like get ready to play this. I probably won't talk about it too much. But like honestly, if Love and Deep Space actually does go EOS, I have that happy memory, you know? Because like I know we all kind of like brushed on it in the Discord last week, but like if it goes to shit, if things happen, I think I'd be like, I am able to make my peace with it, you know? I'll do the Marie Kondo thing where it's like I think it and then let it go. But yeah, anyway, with that said, we are playing this fan game featuring Zane. Yeah, I heard AX got really unruly after con hours. Yeah, no, I wasn't out and about when all that stuff was happening. I did hear like, I think there's like a mahjong thing that they do outside sometimes in the con area that got rolled for a bit, I think, but they ended up being okay. I think they thought they were doing like, you know, they had like the that they were doing shady things, but no, they were just playing mahjong. There were a lot of like fan-run panels that were like 18 up that involved a lot of cosplay fan service. I didn't go to those because like I was being dragged around by a bestie actually. Not necessarily dragged around, but like I went willingly. I just say dragged around because she's like, are you sure? Are you sure it's cool? I'm like, no, it's fine, bestie. It's fine. It's if I wasn't going with you, I'd be sitting in a corner after being like overstimulated. Because Artist Alley was kind of cramped. It was kind of scary. So I was like, I like I was in there for like maybe like 20 minutes tops. I couldn't even go through the aisles because there were so many people, and I was like, Did you see the Evangelion cosplayer sitting in the middle of the room and people were throwing? No, I didn't. What the heck? That's what the heck? No, I didn't hear about that one. Oh, but I did see the Punishing Gray Rape. So it was really funny. There's like one part when you exit out of the exhibit hall. There was like, what part of the exhibit hall was it? You exit one of the staircases, you see like 3 booths side by side. You have Punishing Gray Raven next to ZZZ, next to Nikkei Goddess of Victory, all in a corner. In the lobby, in front of South Hall. And I'm like, oh, they're all there. This is just Gotcha Corner. And then if you turn around, like go down the stairs, there's like the way to artist, like one way to Artist Alley. But yeah, I took a picture of, I think, the Nikkei booth, the side of it. I didn't actually take the front because we were passing through and like they were like, keep moving. So I like snapped a quick picture. So I would need everybody's assistance later to be like, which character is this? Or I'd just like ask myself, like look it up myself and be like, oh, okay. She was really cute though. If I pull it up later. And then what else? What else do I remember? Yeah. Yeah, I also heard unfortunate things about the general hygiene. No, 100% what you heard, true. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Other than, yeah, no, their confunk was a real thing. Like, when we were getting ready for the day, I was like, baby powder, triple deodorant. I was like, no way. So baby powder actually helps absorb the sweat a little bit better, so fun fact. For anybody who needs that. Cosplay tip that Wild and I always like share. But yeah, no, general hygiene, it was rough. That was also part of the reason I got so overstimulated when I went to Artist Alley, because of like, we were like sardines in like a can. And then you get that and I'm like, oh, like, no thank you. Luckily enough, I feel okay. I'm like, no con crud so far. So far, so good. But yeah. Let me, actually, hold on. I kind of want to put the picture of Zane somewhere in the corner. I kind of do. He was so pretty. His makeup was so good. Oh, that's not it. Hold on. Like, it was so good. What the heck? Like, covers me. What if I just cover myself? Yeah, what if I just put him here in the corner? Like, oh my gosh. Wow! There. Tiny picture of Zane. Also, my camera settings were so good. What the heck? What did I do? Ugh. So good. I've almost finished my ice cream. We will get started. But yeah. The day I had... Hi, Moo! The day that I had my meet and greet for the cosplay interaction, I had Dr. Zane. Wild was teasing me though. He was like, what if you get catch 22? I was like, ah! No! Ah! One of my friends though, she got catch 22, and she was like, oh, he was gonna give me the stethoscope, and no, he hands her the oh god, hands her the leash, and she's like, huh? She was like that cat. So his outfits, I think, for the weekend were not. It was the gray shirt, catch 22, doctor, and cat butler. Oh my god, put Zane across your chest like the body pillow. Okay, hold on. Transform. Can I? Oh man, edit transform. Wait. I don't know if I can do it. No. Let me see. Oh my god. Transform. No. Edit? Oh. No. Okay, rotation. I'm like slowly rotating it. Slowly. Very slowly. What if I just... Hold on. What if I just cover Grahatia? Wait. Do I still have Grahatia? Where are you? Oh, I forgot. I forgot where I put the toggle. But okay, we'll do this. Hold on. Slightly rotating, yeah! Oh, this is so funny. Well, I was gonna show up and be like, what did you do? There, just for the meme. There we go. Just for the meme. Alright, but we're gonna start this game though. Alrighty. Jesus. Oh my god. Okay, we'll use this. Show the NSFW scene? No! We learned from last time! We learned from last time! Yeah, what do you mean yes? I'm streaming on YouTube's gonna strike me down! YouTube's gonna strike me down! Like, this channel has been taken down for blah 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 blah. Keeps eating my ice cream. I know how the spicy scene looks like though. I saw the preview. I know how it's gonna end. But I'm sorry guys, no. The photo Zane disappeared? Yeah, no, I toggled it off. I toggled it off. Okay. Sorry everybody, I will not be showing this scene. Remember? Yeah, no, remembering the NSFW, exactly. Let's not get me bonked. Winter has taken over Lincoln City. Outside the window, snow falls in slow, silent patterns. Inside, the apartment is warm, but the cold still feels like it followed you in. The snow is beautiful, but your attention stays on the man moving in through the kitchen, sleeves pushed up as he prepares tea. The same man not long ago who tried to disappear from your life again. He lost control and hurt you, like he did when you were younger. For him, it's inexcusable, but for you, it's not the pain that lingers. It's the thought of losing him. Again. You believe there's still a way to break through this. His evil, the shifting, Dawnbreaker. None of it scares you. You just need time to prove it. You convinced him to stay, just a few days, but with the way that he's been acting, you're not sure he'll see it through. He places a cup in front of you. The warm scent rises, almost comforting. Drink it. It'll help with the cold. He turns to leave, but you reach out to catch his sleeve. Zane. He freezes, but he still doesn't meet your eyes. Sit with me for a while. You're really going to leave a guest alone? He gently untangles your fingers from the fabric. It's his way of putting distance between you. You know it's not out of cruelty, but fear, which makes it hurt even more. Please turn off the lights when you leave. The words are quiet but final. He walks to his room and closes the door behind him. You stay seated, watching as steam rises from the cup, twisting in the light. You don't touch it. Your fingers curl into your palm as your thoughts settle. He needs space, and you'll give him that. But you're not letting him seal himself off in his tower of solitude again. You're not afraid. Not of Dawnbreaker, not of Zane. You'll show him. And when it's time, He'll decide for himself. The wind cuts through your coat as you press the intercom and wait outside Zane's door. It's only been a few days since he almost disappeared. He's still distant, but you won't give up. Hi, Crimson! You reach out to grab his sleeve, hooking your finger into one of the little arm garters. You didn't know people still wore them. Hi, how are you? Wait, okay. For every new chatter that comes in, like everybody who comes in, like, I should just show the picture. Ta-da! I met the Zane cosplayer at Anime Expo. Also, don't mind the don't mind the watermarks. I saw in Discord, congrats! Dude, he was so good. He was so good. Acting, top tier. All of them, actually. All of them were really good. Very respectful, too. And I hope they made it home safely. Because, like, it got crazy at the end. Like, people waited out in the lobby even after Anime Expo closed to watch them go. Yeah. Do they actually do lines, play the part? They actually don't speak at all. Actually, they don't talk. It's all acting. And just the way that they act, too, was, like, crazy. Because, like, they didn't have to speak at all. They embodied, like, the characters. Silas was really spicy. One of my friends got the Silas like interaction, and holy moly, she's the Silas fan, I'm the Zane fan, and so together it's like, oh okay, we're the Snow Crow girls, right? Yeah. So there's always a saying where it's like, oh, you can't see a Zane girly without her Silas girly, and so like we're thick as thieves, and so we literally called our interaction sugar and spice because it like. Even without a word, it felt like you were interacting with like the characters from the game. They were really trained by like Infold to act like the love interest, like straight out of the game, and also their makeup was like really top tier, and like how they did it all, and like. Even with half their face covered, like for like, you know, privacy reasons, or like even just like, you know, to prevent like to minimize like, you know, germs and stuff, like they were really good at what they did, all without speaking. So it was like, whoa. Also, the eye contact was really intense. Like that was like the longest minute of my life. Each interaction was like a minute, and then I scurried off and forgot to take a selfie because I was so longest minute of my life. But anyway, you probably saw all the videos, both the good and the bad, probably on social media. If you haven't already, you're going to, because I mentioned it and I influenced your algorithm. I am sorry. I genuinely actually am. But yeah, if you have questions about it, I can probably like answer some of them if you guys were curious about it. If not, no worries. But yeah, no, like I was mentioning this like earlier, like because like I almost didn't go. And I'm glad that I did. Yeah. My algorithm is so easily influenced, always falls in with a bad card. Oh no, I'm sorry, Crimson. I'm sorry. I hope it doesn't. No jump scare of surprise sex this time, yeah? Yeah, I didn't. I said no to the NSFW scene wild, yes. I remember this time. Because, okay. Full disclosure, I did play this through just to check how the scene plays out, and I'm like, oh, okay. We can't play that. Especially since we're dual streaming on Twitch and YouTube, yeah. I don't need another repeat of KLB. Okay, no. Trust, he's not. How naked is he? Very. Very. You actually see his dick this time. You actually do. Unlike you just saw Caleb ass last time, right? Yeah, no, you did. It's the whole thing. So no, we are not gonna play that here. Do I need another drink? Yes. Yes, you do, Wild. Checked out SMW purely for research. I needed to know how bad it was. Bad. Bad is subjective at this point. Because I'm like, okay, can this be shown? The answer was no. It cannot. Yeah, the creator is getting more bold as they make these. Yeah. They are. They also got rid of their Patreon, so they only have Ko-fi right now. So I was like, oh, okay, interesting. But yeah, no, they're still making games. They're still making what was it? Sometimes I can't. I'm trying to like look for my pinned message, but it's not on this this chat box because it's the But yeah, Wild, please grab a drink. I know you can't hand one to me right now. I just have water. Alright, we're not giving up. You've been visiting after work every day, determined to understand Dawnbreaker and what he's doing to Zane. It's the only way to make sure he doesn't leave again. You've noticed the chocolate wrappers around the apartment, even with the altar room quiet. Dawnbreaker is still servicing, not from a threat, but from something else, like the line between them has thinned after too many shifts in too little time. He hasn't shown himself around you, but you swear you can feel him sometimes. Another gust of wind slices down the road. You shiver. Still, no answer. You glance down at the paper bag in your hands. It's already cooling. You don't want to barge in, but you're out of options. You key in the code. It's still the same after all this time. The lock clicks. Zane appears in the living room doorway. A chocolate wrapper crinkles in his grip. What are you doing here? The heater hums, but the frost seems to emanate from his skin. The air tastes sharp, metallic. His eyes hold no warmth, no recognition of the careful progress you've made. This isn't the doctor. Your pulse jumps. Finally, you lift the paper bag like a peace offering. I got food. And sweets. Zane tosses the wrapper toward the trash. It misses, fluttering to the floor. Leave. His voice carries winter's edge, but you plant your feet. Wait, Dawnbreaker is separate from Zane. I'm behind my lore. So Dawnbreaker is like an alternate version of Zane from a different timeline. So in Dawnbreaker's timeline, MC doesn't exist. The Alterim are people who are succumbing to protocore syndrome. Like late stages of protocore syndrome and turning into monsters. Yeah, Wild, it's bad and Zane. It might be because Patreon has been tightening their rules. Oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I know, leave. How dare. I'm distracted by the breathing. The breathing. I like that suit. I'm very well aware, Wild. We will find it. I just got here. Let's eat together. He steps forward, trying to brush past you, but you plant yourself in the doorway. His chest nearly collides with yours, the difference in heat, or lack of it, impossible to ignore. You feel his breath ghost against your cheek when he leans down. Move. Stay put. I'm not going anywhere. His jaw flexes. Even for a moment, it feels like he'll shove you aside. Instead, his hand comes up, resting against the doorframe beside your head. The space between you shrinks, the air colder the longer he hovers. Your defiance, the set of your chin, only makes his eyes narrow further. You don't want to be here with me? Zayn John with a thick neck makes him look like a boxer wrestler. Zayn, catch these hands, Lee. His chest nearly collides with yours. Are you wearing 18-inch heels? MC is wearing these shoes called, what was it, Damonas that add like a bunch of height. No, I don't. You don't understand what I am. Oh my gosh. Then show me. Oh, she's being a brat. Oh my god, what the heck? Something flickers behind the ice in his eyes. When you think it's going to break, he blinks and the frost melts away, replaced by shame and worry. Zayn steps back like you've burned him. Don't do that. Do what? Encourage him. He's harmless. Zayn gives you the tired look that makes your stomach knot, like he's already lived through the ending you're trying to avoid. He pulls the bag from your hands without a word and head towards the table. You follow. His hands move quietly, unboxing the food and setting it down with careful practice gestures. The doctor's back. You watch the curve of his shoulder, the way his fingers still tremble when they brush yours by accident as you help set the plates. You wonder which one of them pulled away first. You sit together to eat. Zayn asks you about your day and you share small details. A difficult mission, a colleague's joke, the way the wind nearly knocked you over on your way here. You try to keep the mood light, playful. You toss in a few teasing remarks, small nudges meant to get a reaction. Even the highest demonias are 5-inch souls. He doesn't bite. There's no smile or eye roll, just a soft hum. And then, like he's listening but not letting any of it reach him. But something shifts in the way he watches you. You can see cracks forming in his careful composure. You stand to leave, you lean toward him, seeking some form of goodbye, like before everything changed. He pulls back, keeping distance between your bodies. Your face falls. Zayn. His fingers curl and uncurl at his side, like he's fighting the urge to reach for you. The words die on his lips. He looks away. Good night. Let me know when you get home. You gather your things in the heavy silence, but he still carries the weight of what happened. The fear that his touch might harm you, that getting too close risks everything. The guilt has carved itself into the space between you, turning every gesture into a potential threat. You slip on your coat by the door, hoping tomorrow will bring you closer to breaking through the walls he's built around himself. Behind you, the door stays open a second longer than it needs to. I know, this guy! Can you pass me the salt? You're cooking together for the first time in a while. The snow's just fallen, blanketing the city in silence. Inside, the apartment smells like garlic and ginger, warmth clinging to the air as the stove hisses softly. You pinch a bit of salt from the container instead of handing him the whole thing, sprinkling it directly into his open palm. He looks down at the tiny pile, then at you. There's a flicker of amusement in his eyes. You're being childish. But his voice lacks its usual sharpness. There's something softer underneath, almost fond. Before he can reach across you for the salt container, you place it in his hand, fingers brushing his palm deliberately. The contact sends a small thrill through you. His skin is always cool, but now there's a warmth creeping up from where you touched him. Satisfied? He doesn't pull his hand away immediately. Instead, he watches you with those keen eyes, like he's studying your face for something he's been missing. You can't stop the smile spreading across your lips. It's been days of careful distance, of him flinching away at every casual touch. But now he's looking at you the way he used to, like you're the only thing in the room worth his attention. Very. His gaze drops to your mouth for just a second before he turns back to the stove. But you catch the slight upturn of his lips, the way his movements seem rigid than they have in days. Progress. Real progress. The TV murmurs in the background, filling the apartment with warmth. A drama plays until the screen cuts to breaking news about Ever. The temperature plummets instantly. You glance over. Zayn has gone rigid, eyes locked on the screen. Hey, the pot! You turn down the heat. As you move, your hand catches the edge of a knife left on the counter. Pain shoots across through your finger. You hiss, watching the blood well up on your fingertip. A cold hand wraps around your wrist, holding you still. Don't touch it. The voice isn't the doctor's, not quite. You look up startled. This is the first time Dawnbreaker has touched you. His grip is firm but careful, ice against your skin. A moment passes, then another. You stand frozen together, the TV continuing its broadcast. Are we waiting for something? He looks away, a mix of annoyance and embarrassment crossing his face. The doctor is taking longer to come back this time. He glances at you, then at your bleeding finger. Something shifts in his expression, concern breaking through the ice. Stay here. He returns with a first aid kit. You watch, fascinated, as he cleans your finger with a methodical precision and applies a bandage. Zane, you're being childish, adding another pinch and you're getting salty. So you do care about me. He goes completely still, the bandage wrapper crinkling in his frozen grip. You do. You care about me. A flush creeps up his neck, stark against his pale skin. He looks anywhere but at you. I don't want you bleeding on the food. Liar. His eyes snap to yours, something dangerous flicking there. You were worried. I saw it. You don't know what you saw. His thumb brushes over the bandage he just applied. The touch so light you almost miss it, before returning to stirring the pot. The silence fills the room for a moment. We finally get to spend some time together. How should I call you? Dawn? The words tumble out before you can stop them. I know you're both Zane, but it might be confusing if I keep saying Zane for both of you. And saying the Zane from another timeline doesn't really roll off the tongue, you know? He glances at you briefly, then back at the stove. Do as you want. You tried drawing him into a conversation by asking about his day, commenting on the snow, or even talking about the chocolate, but every attempt meets the same response, the non-committal hums or single-word answers. When the food finishes cooking, he moves toward the sofa. His gait is uneven, like every step costs him effort. The air grows sharper, colder, and the TV screen flickers erratically. You look at Zane and see black ice spreading across his neck. Are you all right? He raises his hand, urgency flashing in his eyes. Don't come closer. You ignore his warning and settle beside him on the sofa, reaching for his hand. He tries to pull away, but your grip holds firm. It doesn't hurt me. Let me offer you a bit of comfort. Save it for the doctor. He deserves it, not me. Don't say that. You know what these hands have done. His voice cracks slightly. I hurt you. You weren't yourself. Something triggered you, didn't it? He turns away, jaw tight. It doesn't matter. Your fingers tighten around his. He sighs, a sound heavy with resignation, but he stops trying to pull free. Silence stretches between you. The ice on his neck has stopped spreading, but he still looks like he's fighting something invisible. You decide conversation might be the distraction he needs. How's your world? Not worth talking about. That bad, huh? You try for lightness, but his expression remains granite. I'm not in it to make it better? The joke dies in the air. His face turns somber, almost pained. No. A single word hits like a physical blow. Oh. The silence that follows feels heavier than before. You try to imagine his world, a desolate place where he moves through endless gray hunting monsters that used to be people. I wish both of you could stay here. His head snaps toward you, genuine surprise flickering across his features. Why? I don't want you to suffer. You don't seem to like where you come from. He opens his mouth and closes it. Something vulnerable crosses his face before he looks away. You stay like that for a while, and eventually you set the plate of food beside him on the coffee table. He stares at it like it's a foreign object. In his world, there's probably no time for meals shared in warmth, no one to notice if he's eaten or rested. It's not poisoned. That earns you a faint huff of air, not a laugh, but close. You go about cleaning up, rinsing dishes at the sink. The sound of running water fills the quiet, then arms come around you. Zane? He's trembling against your back, holding on to you like you might disappear. You lean into him, hand reaching to stroke his hair. You were gone for a while this time. Were you in his world? Kind of? Kind of. I could still feel what he felt here. It was like seeing color for the first time. Your heart aches for both of them, Zane, who fears what he might become, and Dawnbreaker, who's forgotten what it means to be human. He's not used to kindness. Zane hums against your neck, the sound vibrating through you. Still, you shouldn't get too close. You don't answer, but your hand continues its soothing motions through his hair. You wish you could shelter them both here. Keep Dawnbreaker from returning to that gray wasteland where hope goes to die. But there has to be other ways to help. So, we are definitely stirring the pot. Wait, which one is this? Ending 3. Oh, wait. Ending 3. She glides across the ice ahead of him, cheeks flushed, arms stretched slightly for balance. Her laugh rises, soft and bright, disappearing into open air. Hi, Luke! Zane watches her, unmoving. The rink isn't crowded. Scattered couples are circling slowly, hands held, leaning close. It's kind of a scene he has no business being in. Not anymore. He was supposed to leave days ago. This was meant to be a temporary goodbye, a few days, just long enough to ease her into parting. He never intended to stay longer. He told himself he wouldn't. But he's still here, watching her smile like nothing between them has changed. Going to the library can wait another day. The distance he needs to put between them can wait another day. Oh, he's talking about the fractal library, okay. Which part of him continues making these excuses? The doctor who's always been addicted to her presence? Or the other one who watches hungrily from the shadows? The other him has been manageable lately, almost docile. It doesn't make sense. In his world, there's no room for gentleness. Around her, he's different. Zane is grateful he isn't a threat. For now. He still doesn't understand what triggered those attacks against her, both times. It was like watching someone else puppeteer his body, feeling the rage and desperation, but unable to stop it. His other self never explained it, and Zane doesn't ask. He doesn't want to think about it, at least not for now. He keeps their conversation short, practical. Their only way of communicating being hastily scrolled notes left around the apartment. Don't eat the last of the chocolate. She brings more. Turn up the heat. She gets cold. Stay away from her. That last one gets ignored more often than not. Since the kitchen incident, the other him has grown bolder, touching her wounded finger, allowing her to sit close. Too close. It frustrates Zane beyond measure, this lack of control over his own body. Sometimes Zane wonders if this is what the other one felt when he dreamed through his eyes, when he watched this life from the outside, unable to touch it. Dawnbreaker attacked her. That's what it's inferring, that the attack when they were younger happened because Dawnbreaker took control. And then again in Death and Rebirth. But we still don't know why. We don't know why he did. I'm assuming it's because of the Protocore syndrome. Yeah. But also, MC, anytime she dies, she just comes back to life. She's like kind of immortal kind of thing. But the thing is, she doesn't remember. She's like some sort of cosmic being kind of thing. And it's the whole like... From what I'm inferring from the story, she and Caleb come from the same source. That doesn't necessarily mean like, you know, they're... necessarily... the brother-sister type thing. Because that's the... She wasn't born from like human hands or anything. She kind of is this from what I can tell, cosmic entity. Because she just appeared. And anytime she dies, she comes back to life. And poor Caleb is fucking traumatized because he's seen that shit in the laboratory that they escaped from. But Dawnbreaker would have been a kid then, would he? So what I'm assuming is that time might flow differently. Because what I'm assuming, this is my theory, with why, like, what happened with Dawnbreaker attacking the other Zane attacking MC. So Zane might have been a kid in the current time, like in the timeline, in that lifetime, but Dawnbreaker could have awoken in kid Zane's body as like a nightmare. They're connected through like a nightmare, so Zane has nightmares of Dawnbreaker's world. And it's assumed that Dawnbreaker's dreams, he also sees Zane's life, current Zane's life. We just don't know what parts of his life he's seen. Other than like the present day stuff where I think on his birthday, there's a moment where MC's like, you're not like Zane. Yeah. I'm trying to explain it as best as I can with my now limited knowledge, because I think they may or may not add more. Stuff is moving around right now, so I will have to look at it later, probably within the next like day. Because after the 9th, depending on what happens, I may or may not be looking at stuff. Hold on. Any announcements tonight? I actually don't know. I didn't look. Because they've also been like on a social media blackout from what I was seeing. Yeah, they haven't updated anything in 6 days. Oh snap! How do they announce? Oh, wait a second. They're closing Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. I found that out today because Wild mentioned it to me. But that's a whole different story. A whole different thing. But yeah, I feel like I should write a timeline of like Zane stuff and make my own theories and just be like this, and this backs my theories. So I think I might do that soon, because I might take a break from lads, because also I believe we are not fans. We're not going to log in starting the 9th if there's no updates about the 6.0 update, because we don't actually know really what the fate of it is. Alrighty, now returning to the story. Zane never expected to understand that kind of longing, and now it won't leave him alone. Sometimes he wants to warn her, to explain the danger she's courting, but she already shows too much interest in his other self. The way her eyes light up when she's talking about Dawn, the ridiculous nickname she's giving him, as if he's something gentle, something worthy of affection rather than fear. But Zane can't forget what he's seen in those nightmares and what he's done in this world. The blood on his hands, the bodies left, the fact that his other self claims those deaths are mercy doesn't change what they are. After all that, how can she look at both of them and still see something worth saving? She waves at him from across the ice, breaking his spiraling thoughts. Did you get frozen or what? The irony isn't lost on him. He skates over, his movements more controlled but less natural than hers. He was supposed to be gone by now. Instead, he's here, stealing moments he has no right to claim. Your POV. The rink feels intimate despite the handful of other couples scattered across the ice. Zane pulls you closer as you glide together, his arms sliding down your waist to guide you through a turn. Your bodies move in sync. When you stumble slightly, he catches you against his chest. You don't pull away, neither does he. His hand stays at the small of your back, keeping you pressed close. Your faces are inches apart now, breath mingling in small clouds between you. This close, you can see the flecks of green in his hazel eyes and can feel the warmth of his body seeping through your jacket. If we were to switch when we're this close, what would you do? If you were to switch this close. If we were to switch this close, what would you do? His voice low and rough. Rough. Also, this jacket on him, ugh, looks so good. What the heck? Also, wait, is this the Leon Kennedy jacket? The question sends heat spiraling through you despite the cold. His eyes drop to your lips, then back up. You can feel the tension crackling between you two like electricity. You realize he's not just talking about himself. He's talking about the other him, the one who might take his place in the exact moment, the one who might wake up with his hands already on your skin. It is okay. I thought so. That's so funny. Square Enix not knowing how to run a mobile game. I still miss you. Star Ocean Animesis, I still miss you to this day. And he's afraid of what he might do. I won't move away. His pupils dilate slightly and the hand at your back flexes, fingers pressing more firmly against your spine. Disapproval wars with something else, something darker in his expression. Want, maybe? Or the fear of his own reaction to your answer. Why are you asking, Dr. Zane? Are you jealous of your other self? How cute. You. But you're already pushing off, skating backward from him with a wicked smile. The frustration and desire warring in his expression only fuel your teasing. He follows, predatory grace in every movement as he closes the distance you've created. You glide towards the edge of the rink, your boots automatically shifting as you step onto solid ground, the smart technology reshaping the blades into normal soles. Zane follows, his own boots adapting with quiet sound. The snow crunches under your feet as you bend to scoop up a handful, packing it into a perfect sphere. You're already winding up to throw when you catch sight of his eyes. The shift is subtle but unmistakable. Dawn. You let the snowball drop, offering him a careful smile instead. You're not sure he'll enjoy rougher games. Hi, Dawn. Something flickers across his face. Disappointment maybe, but it vanishes too quickly to be certain. Do you want to try skating? We can go back in. No, it's fine. Oh, is that Zane? You make your way through the park, boots crunching in the snow. Even without touching, the distance between you never felt thinner. Dawn walks beside you. He's quiet. Oh, no, it is. Not as rigid as usual. When he first appears, he's always ice. Serious, quiet, like a piece of that other world still clinging to him. But lately, he's been melting faster. His gaze drifts around more, noticing things. The snowflakes falling in landing in the tree branches, the warm glow of the lights strung along the path. You stop at a small food stall, hand a woman a few coins, and wait for your order. The smell of a warm pastry fills the cold air, steam drifting in soft curls. Then you feel it. The temperature dips sharply, unnatural. You turn and see Dawn staring at his hands. Black ice is crawling across his fingers, webbing around down his knuckles. You freeze. Just for a second, your body remembers the way the ice pierced your skin. You stay put, watching as he focuses intently on his hands. The ice shifts, reshaping under his concentration, forming something intricate and beautiful. He opens his palm toward you. A jasmine flower made of ice rests there, each petal carved with impossible detail. For you. You take it carefully from him, cradling it in your gloved hands. Each petal is perfectly carved. You turn it slowly, light glinting off its crystalline edges. It's beautiful. Thank you, Dawn. I'm sorry for hurting you. You glance up, eyebrows rising. His voice is quiet. I don't want to lose control again. I forgive you. His eyes widen just slightly, like he didn't expect those words. Not after everything. You shouldn't. But I do. You hold his gaze, refusing to let him retreat. His breathing slows, and something flickers across his features. Pain mixed with something that might be peace. He nods once, barely perceptible. Then I won't forget it. Before either of you could say more, he blinks. Warmth returns to his eyes. Zane's back. He notices the flower still cradled in your palm. Eyebrows rising slightly in question, then without a word he extends his hand. You watch as white particles shimmer around his fingers, his evil activating. Ice forms in his palm, touched with a pale blue undertones. When he finishes, he places a small snowman into your other hand. You bring it closer to your face. Every detail is perfect. The round body, the carved smile, and it's even tiny little ice spheres for eyes. A snowman? Really? A superior sculpture? Laughter bubbles up from your chest. Breath puffing out invisible clouds. The server extends the food order. Steam rising from the paper bag. Zane takes it since your hands are occupied. You're holding too many things. And whose fault is that? Drop the jasmine. Absolutely not. Then open your mouth. I forgot about this part. He tears off a piece of the steaming pastry and brings it towards your lips. You let him place the morsel on your tongue. The warmth spreads through you, sweet and perfect against the winter air. This is a one-person team. They knew what they were doing. You hum in appreciation. Zane watches you closely. There's a flicker of fond. There's something fond in the way that his eyes soften. Then they flick to the flower in your hand again. I thought his evil abilities would be more refined. You hum non-committally. Too distracted by the delicious food and open your mouth again. He tears off another bite of pastry, then pauses. Say it. Say what? That mine's better. That mine's better. Are you serious? He lifts the food just out of reach. You make a noise in protest, chasing him around the edge of the stall as laughter spills from your lips. Who's being childish now? He maintains his distance for a few moments, clearly savoring his leverage over you. And when he finally relents, offering you the warm pastry, he's smiling. All right, that's enough. You're relentless. The smile catches you off guard. You can't tell who's looking back at you. If it's Zane's careful affection or Dawn's rare glimpse of joy. You take the pastry with a smile of your own and glance down at the two sculptures in your hand. One delicate and dark, and the other precise and bright. You cradle both of them with quiet care, aware how easily either could break. The sun bleeds orange across the wasteland horizon, painting the buildings in shades of rust and gold. Is Zane here giving me a hint of Leon Kennedy? That is the jacket. Zane sits on the edge of a crumbling rooftop, legs dangling over nothing, watching the sky burn. For now, he's not waiting for the red dot on his map or the wet sounds of claws scraping raw concrete. He's waiting for the switch. The pull hasn't started yet. That strange tugging sensation means his world and the doctor's are about to blur together. It will come, and when it does, he'll trade this desolate skyline for a warmth lamplight and the sound of her laughter. His fingers trace the edge of a chocolate wrapper crumpled in his pocket. It's empty, like everything else in this place, but the memory of sweetness remains. Can you parry a rocket grenade with a scalpel? We can find out. Not the chocolate itself, but the way she smiled when she gave it to him. The way she watched him with those careful eyes, like he was something worth studying instead of something to fear. The doctor thinks he's dangerous. Maybe he is. His hands have taken more lives than either of them could count. Even if each death was a form of kindness, the doctor's notes still burn in his mind. Stay away from her, scrawled in the familiar handwriting on a post-it, as if distance could erase what's already taken root. He tried at first, tried to keep the space between them, but it never lasted. He still keeps his distance when he can, not for the doctor's sake, but for hers. If he loses control again, no, he won't. She's the warmth that keeps him from spiraling when the sun disappears and the sky rots into gray. She's the thing that proves he's still connected to something human. Still capable of feeling. She makes him remember what it feels like to want something more than the next kill, the next mercy he'll deliver to creatures that used to be human. When her fingers brush his, and when she doesn't flinch away from the ice spreading across his skin, it cracks something inside him open. Something he thought had died years ago. He's just not watching anymore. He's living. The sensation is foreign, almost painful. Like blood returning to a limb that's been numbed too long. He hoards every second of it, even though he knows he shouldn't. He can never stay for long. The familiar creep of black ice always comes. A reminder that the warmth isn't his to keep. The longer he lingers, the more it spreads, marking him as the intruder he is. It's not fair to her. She looks at him and he wants to give her everything, but he's borrowing time that belongs to the doctor, time that belongs to the man she truly loves. The pull starts. Like fingers threading through smoke, his world begins to blur at the edges, color bleeding out only till sensation remains. He knows he shouldn't want this. Knows black ice will come, that he's stealing moments that aren't his, knows the doctor's fury will be waiting in hastily scrawled notes. But a smile tugs at the corner of his mouth anyway. He can't help it. Not when she's there. Your POV. Hi MC, we're back. The days blur together in a strange rhythm. You split your time between them, Zane, who refuses to return to work, and Dawn, who surfaces more frequently now. The switch happens so often that sometimes you have to really study their eyes to know who you're talking to. But the cold always gives Dawn away after some time. Zane is busy but refuses to talk about it. You don't ask too much, but you wonder what he does while you're away. You suspect it has something to do with the white-haired boy he's mentioned before, a relative, though Zane never explains the connection clearly. Oh, it's Shubai! Dawn is different. He answers your questions about his world with reluctant honesty, even when he insists there's nothing worth sharing. Gray skies, empty buildings, the sound of wind through broken glass, you piece together fragments he offers, building a picture of desolation that makes your chest ache. The notes scattered around the apartment tell their own story. The two only seem to communicate through them. You thought Dawn would have the better handwriting, being a doctor and all, but apparently illegible scrawls are just a shared trait. Half the time you can't even tell what the words are. Why is there a plant on the windowsill? She bought it. It's going to die. Everything dies. Helpful. I could freeze it, preserve it. That's not how plants work. How would you know? You started leaving your own responses, scribbled in the margins like a three-way conversation that never happens face to face. It's a succulent, guys. Very hard to kill. Dawn, please don't freeze my plant. Zane, water it when I'm at work. I don't know how to water plants. Instructions are on the fridge. Become their translator, carrying conversations between two versions of the same man who refuse to speak directly. It shouldn't work, but somehow it does. Zane's shoulders relax slightly when you mention Dawn's dry humor. Dawn's ice responds gentler when you share Zane's concerns. Small progress, but progress nonetheless. The apartment is warm. You're curled up against Zane's side on the sofa, his hand resting on your thigh with comfortable familiarity. The day he promised to leave has come and gone, then another. Each time he finds a reason to stay. One more day, one more week until he finishes this research or ties up that loose end. You don't complain. Whatever you're doing seems to be working. The medical drama on the screen drones on in the background. Doctors making impossible saves and falling in love between crises. Zane watches with the detached interest of someone who knows exactly unrealistic it all is. Did you know Dawn likes these little shows? Zane makes that sound, the soft hum that's become his default response whenever you mention his other self. Not quite dismissal, not quite engagement either. He's memorized half the dialogue. He even quotes it under his breath when he thinks I'm not listening. Why do you keep telling me these things? There's no real irritation in his voice, just weary confusion. His thumb traces absent patterns against your leg. I don't know how to water plants. If you recognize the words water and plants, you're 90% of the way there. Zane, the instructions are in the task. Water the plants! If you understand him better, you'll end up understanding yourself better. His touch grows firmer, fingers pressing into your skin with the unconscious tension. The lightness in his expression shifts, becoming something much more serious. And what do you think about him? The question catches you off guard. It's the first time he's asked you directly, without the deflection of that careful professional distance he usually maintains. He's you. Even if he's from a different timeline, another world, it doesn't matter to me. He's you. Zane goes very still. You can feel the shift in his breathing, the way his muscles tense beneath you. Different circumstances, different choices maybe, but the same heart. You don't know what he's done, what I have done. I know you both survived. His jaw works silently, gaze fixed on the television without really seeing it. You shift to face him more fully, studying the sharp line of his profile in the afternoon light. What do you think about him? The question hangs between you, his hand stills completely on your leg. You hold your breath, waiting. You wondered about this, whether his opinion has softened with time, whether the notes and shared moments have chipped away at his resonance. Zane looks down at his hands. Wait. Zane looks down at his hands, flexing his fingers like he's testing their responsiveness. When he's here, I can feel what he fears, see fragments of what he sees. His voice drops lower, more uncertain than you've ever heard it. And sometimes I can't tell where I ended he begins anymore. I don't know if I'm watching or living, and it terrifies me. The admission is makes something flutter in your chest. Hope maybe, or relief that he's finally sharing his feelings about this with you. Why? Because if we're the same person, what if what separates us is just circumstance? What if it's what's to stop me from becoming him? What if it's not a choice at all, but inevitable? His fingers curl into the fabric of your pants, anchoring himself. What if this is just borrowed time before I lose myself completely? What if I'm destined to hurt you? The vulnerability in his chest, in his voice breaks something open in your chest. You start to shift closer. You start to shift closer! Ah! I'm blurring words. I'm tired. Ah! I'm having trouble imagining how Zane's VA would deliver It Terrifies Me. I would love to hear that, actually. But he pulls back slightly, creating distance. We'll fight it, together. You don't understand. You reach for his hand, he moves it away from your reach, fingers curling to set aside. The space between you feels charged, electric, but he's fighting against it with everything he has. His gaze drops to your lips, then snaps away like he's been burned. You should be terrified of what I might become. I'm more terrified of losing who you are right now. You lean in closer, testing his boundaries. His breath catches, but he won't move this time. I see you, Zane. Both of you. I'm not going anywhere. Something is in his carefully constructed control. Jesus, that's a lot of C's. Carefully constructed control fractures. You lean in closer, your lips almost brushing his. I can't. What if he surfaces while we're... Then let him. The words seem to shatter whatever restraint he's been clinging to. His hand finally makes contact, cupping your face with desperate gentleness, thumb brushing over your cheekbone. You don't know what you're saying. I know exactly what I'm saying. You lean into his touch, and the small movement breaks his resolve completely. His other arm comes around you, pulling you against him as his mouth finally finds yours with desperate hunger. The kiss is nothing like the ones you've shared before. His lips moving against yours with an intensity that steals your breath, tongue tracing the seam of your mouth as you part for him with a soft gasp. The scene is not going to show this time, guys. I swear. I promise. I hit no, right? Someone rewind the VOD on YouTube. His hands tangle in your hair, tilting your head back so he can deepen the kiss, and you melt into him completely. Then the temperature drops. The change happens mid-kiss, warmth bleeding away until his mouth grows cold against yours, his touch shifting from fever to something more controlled. You pull back slightly. Different eyes meet yours. Hey, I'm back. Whoa! Quite literally. Dawn. He tries to jerk away immediately, but your hand fists in his shirt, keeping him close. I'm sorry, Don't apologize. The guilt written across his face makes your chest ache. He looks like he's committed some terrible crime instead of kissing you back. I kissed you back. Both of you. His breath catches. You can see the disbelief warring with hope in his expression. It's okay. Touch. She's like, touch me. Shakes MC. His hands hover over your face, close enough that you feel the chill, but not quite making contact. Imagining Zane's VA going, I'm cold. I don't care. You guide his palms to your cheeks. The cold seeps through your skin, sharp but manageable. His thumb traces your jaw with reverent care. I love you. The words fall between you like a confession torn from his chest. Before you can respond, his mouth is on yours again, harder this time. The kiss burns with the kind of intensity that comes with months of wanting, of watching from the shadows while another man lived the life he caved. His hands slide down to your waist, pulling your bodies closer till there's no space left between your bodies. The cold radiates from his skin. Should be uncomfortable, but instead it heightens every sensation. I'm speeding up right now, you can tell. His mouth catches your lower lip. You gasp against his mouth. I know, Zane, I'm cold. MC, it's your defining character trait, yes. The temperature shifts again, cold melting into warmth so suddenly you feel dizzy. Zane blinks, disoriented, his hands filling on your waist. Confusion in his eyes clears as he processes where he is, what's happening. But before he can retreat, the cold returns. Dawn's hands tighten on your hips possessively. They're switching too fast, caught between control and desire, neither able to maintain dominance when you're this close, this willing. Zane, no. Dawn shakes his head, slightly, trying to clear the disorientation. Then you shift, legs parting to bracket his hips where you're pressed together on the sofa. Both versions of confusion vanish instantly. His focus narrows to you with laser intensity. Pupils. That is at least 3 uses of intensity. Pupils dilating as he takes in your position, an invitation in your eyes. Are you sure? The voice could belong to either of them. Maybe it doesn't matter anymore. You answer by reaching for the hem of his shirt instead of with words. Your fingers brush against his skin as you lift the fabric. He goes perfectly still, letting you pull it over his head. The shirt falls forgotten on the floor. Your hands flatten against his chest, feeling the rapid beat of his heart beneath your palms. His skin is cool to the touch, but warming under your caress. He swallows hard, and you feel his body shiver under your touch. Your hands drift down his torso, mapping the lean muscle and subtle scars. They're not subtle. They're all over the place. His breath hitches when your fingers pause at the waistband of his... Oh my god, I'm gonna start speeding up. I never thought... The words trail off into silence. His hand rises slowly, trembling as it brushes your skin, almost afraid to touch. His fingers trace the hem of your clothes with reverence, each motion hesitant, like he's afraid of overstepping. When fabric finally slips from your shoulders, his breath catches ragged, as if he can't believe what he's... Okay, this is Dawn. This is Dawn. It feels less like undressing and more like a ritual. His hands shake, but yet he doesn't stop, removing each layer slowly, his gaze devouring you while his body... Yep, this is Dawn. Yep. This is so him. By the time you're bare before him, he looks stricken, like he's drunk on the sight, like he's in a trance he can't wake from. And that's the second time she said that. But she said that to Zane earlier where she's like, it's okay. Touch me. Your reassurance snaps something in him. His lips descend on your skin, tentative at first, almost cautious. But once he tastes you, the hunger floods through. Oh my god. Forgot about this part. I'm gonna start speeding up reading, guys. His mouth trails lower over your stomach down to the ache between your thighs. He groans when he breathes you in, eyes closing like the scent of him undoes him. I thought you only wanted him. I want you, Zane. Every version of you. That admission shatters the last thread of restraint. Ta-da! And we end. Ending 1. You're not gonna see the... Oh, wait. Hold on. The end! Ta-da! You're not gonna see the ending scene, because... I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm getting in trouble by Twitch and YouTube, which is why we nuked it the first time. Hey, you're back. Let's have a talk. Yahoo! Alrighty, there's the VHS. Welcome aboard the ship. They allow us to connect to AUs, alternate universes. They're made with ingredients we gather on the travels. I know, GG! That's all for now! Let me see if I need to load. Okay, so we're here. So this is ending 1. Chapter 1, Chapter 2. There's... Oh, okay. There's like 2 endings. Yeah, her name is Oh my god, you know, I never realized that. I never realized that, Crimson. Wait a second. I never... Yeah, no. What's the second ending? Hold on. Alright, let's go back. Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh, wait, load. Where is it? Okay, you convince him to stay, yada yada yada, drink it. Saying he freezes. Let's see what the differences are. Oh wait, hold on. Okay. So what happens in ending 2? Alrighty, so we read this through the first time. So what if I do answer 2? Leave. What if we leave? Move to the side. You step to the side, he leaves, closing the door behind him. You sigh. Shoulders sagging. The one moment you manage to meet Dawnbreaker face to face, he flees. You want to understand him, but pushing too hard might drive you both away. Maybe patience will work where persistence has failed. Though time isn't on your side, not when Zane still talks about leaving. What if we just... Okay, hold on. I could have done it myself. Oh god. Wah! Don't move. Ah, shit. This is too fast! Ah! Well, I just want to know. Let's see what happens. Oh wait, shit. Okay, this text is going way too fast. What's ending? Oh shit, hold on. Okay, hold on. Let's see what this is. It's ending too. The weight of unspoken truth settles between you. Zane's thumbs... Okay. Wait, medical drama drones on. I don't trust him yet. I don't fully trust myself, but these days... I tried, it's not the same. You know I feel it too. I can't relax knowing that I can lose control. His fingers press deeper into your skin, not quite painful but desperate, like he's trying to anchor himself. You put his hand over his. You want... Okay, hold on. Find the way to the surface. Maybe today isn't a good day to talk. You wake to empty sheets and winter sunlight. The space between you is cold, no lingering warmth to suggest he stayed through the night. Your hand reaches across the mattress, finding only rumpled fabric and the ghost of his presence. Your heart knows before he catches up. Like all life has been sucked out of it, you pull on his shirt, and fabric still carrying traces of his scent. The pad barefoot through rooms with echo absence. Oh, on the kitchen counter, a single piece of paper waits. The handwriting is a mix of the two familiar ones you know so well, letters that blur and blend like two voices trying to speak as one. I'll figure this out myself. You try his phone, it goes straight to voicemail. You try again. Each attempt is met with the same digital void, this confirmation he's chosen to disappear again rather than face what's happening with him by your side. The phone clatters onto the counter when you finally give up. You know he's afraid of himself, of what he might become, but knowing doesn't make it hurt less. All you can do is keep moving forward. Keep protecting the city, searching for answers about Ever and their plans. Somewhere in there might be the key to understanding what's happening to Zane. Part of you knows he'll come back eventually. Your paths are too entangled. Your connection too deep for this to be the end. You wonder how long it'll take this time, and what you two will become by then. Oh. Ending 2 of 2. But yeah, no, ending 1 is the good one, the nice ending. Because they accept each other. And... Okay. I feel like I really should go back and play it properly. It took like, what, 40 minutes? Okay, I'll actually play it properly. Wait, actually, no, it's chapter 2. Okay, hold on. Okay, auto. So if we move to the side, yeah. I could have gone for the darker one darker ending where Dawnbreaker finally does become a threat. Okay. Wait, let's turn this off. Turn it fast. Move to the side. You step aside and he leaves, closing the door behind him. You sigh, shoulders sagging. One moment you manage to meet Dawnbreaker face to face, he flees. You want to understand him, but pushing too hard might drive them both away. Maybe the patience will work where persistence has failed. The first typo had that as Darnbreaker. He has a certain ring to it. Alrighty, skips through this because we read it. Okay, auto. Turn this off. I could have done it myself. He releases your hand immediately, stepping back like he overstepped. Right. It's just a small cut. I've done worse. He nods stiffly, already turning away from you. Thanks, though, for helping. It's nothing. The warmth that had been building between you evaporates. He returns to stirring the pot, shoulders tense again. The careful progress you've made, his gentle touch, the concern in his eyes retreats behind the familiar walls. The silence fills the room for a moment. We finally get to spend time together. How should I call you, Dawn? Don't come closer. Don't move. You nod, staying where you are, but leaning forward slightly, enough to respect his boundaries. Is there anything I can do to help? No, it'll pass. You watch helplessly as he battles whatever's consuming him from within. Silence stretches between you. The ice on his neck has stopped spreading, but he looks like he's fighting something invisible. Oh, okay. Now it's the same stuff. And then I think Zane had his. I'd pull away. We're not that close, me and him. Really floods his features, but his grip on your waist doesn't loosen. If anything, he pulls you a fraction closer. Why are you asking, Dr. Zane? Are you jealous of your other self? Okay. I wanted to see what the other things were. Throw it anyway. Oh god. Uh-oh. My bad. Oh, fuck. I did this. Okay, yeah. Okay, open air. Unmoving. The rink is clouded. He's supposed to leave. Okay. It's still the same. It's still the same. It's still the same. I'm looking at this, guys. We're not that close, me and him. The relief floods his features, but his grip on your waist doesn't loosen. If anything, he pulls you a fraction closer. Why are you asking, Dr. Zane? Are you jealous of your future self? Or other self? How cute. Okay. What did we do last time? Throw it anyway. You release a snowball straight at his face. Snow splatters across his face and jaw. For a beat, he just stands there, expression unreadable. You burst out laughing, breath forming in clouds in frozen air. Oops. He leans down without a word, hands forming a perfect snowball with practiced efficiency. You don't wait and start to run. He gives chase. The snow explodes around you as projectiles fly back and forth. You dodge and slip across the white ground, laughing breathlessly as he moves with precision. Maybe you're the only one laughing. You can't tell through the adrenaline. You round a corner around the rink wall as he catches up from behind. He grabs your arm. You yelp as momentum carries you both down. Feet slipping on the packed snow, you tumble together into the drift. You land hard on snow, flying everywhere. Then, when the world stops, he's above you, knees straddling your thighs. Hands planted in the snow beside your shoulders, he goes completely still. The cold vanishes under the heat that ignites between your bodies. Your breath catches, creating wisps of vapor in the space separating you. His face hovers close to see the individual snowflakes melting against his skin, close enough to feel the tension coiled in every muscle. You reach up to brush ice crystals from his temple with careful fingertips. He doesn't move, watching you with half-lidded eyes. The moment stretches between you like a held breath. His gaze drops to your lips and lingers there with an intensity that makes your pulse stutter. Then it goes back to your eyes, searching for something he's afraid to find. The heat pulls in your stomach, and you realize how perfectly his body cages yours. How his weight presses you into the snow without crushing you. Then he's pulling away, standing with a sudden urgency. He offers you his hand, cheeks flushed with something that has nothing to do with the winter air. You take his hand and let him pull you to your feet. Ah, so that's what we could have. Okay. You see Dawn staring at his hands, black ice is crawling. You shift backwards instinctively, putting a space between you. He notices immediately. Hurt flashes across his features, quickly followed by understanding and something that looks like shame. The ice begins to retreat slowly. He lowers his hands, breathing carefully, as if he's holding something dangerous inside him. Then he lifts his palm to show you what he's been working on. Nestled in the center is a perfect jasmine flower, sculpted from ice, each petal detailed with precision. For you. Your chest aches. You feel embarrassed. He expected your reaction, but still gave you something soft. You take it carefully from him, cradling it into your gloved hands. Oh, I'm sorry for hurting you. It's fine. I live. Dawn doesn't laugh. You don't have to make it easy for me. I'm not. You say it with a faint shrug, voice light, toying with the edge of the ice flower in your hand like it's nothing more than pretty distraction. He watches you for a moment, something unreadable flickering across his face, then he nods just once. Before either of you can say more, he blinks and the warmth returns to his eyes. Zane's back. I'm sorry for hurting you. Which time? Alright, and he makes a snowman. I want to see what the other options are. He's being childish now. I think this... regardless of what I pick. Okay. Okay, the switch is happening. Dawn's different. It's going to die. It's not how plants work. Small progress, barely. Did you know Dawn likes these shows? There's still there's still so much we don't know about him. I understand why you're cautious. Relief flickers across Zane's features like you've validated something he's been struggling with. His grip on your thigh relaxes slightly. I don't think he's as dangerous as you believe, not to me anyway. Just like you aren't dangerous. You can't know that for certain. No, but I trust my instincts. Zane nods slowly, processing your words. The medical drama continues its melodramatic soundtrack in the background. You shift to face him more fully, studying the sharp line of his profile in the afternoon light. What do you think about him? The question hangs between you. His hand stills completely on your leg. Okay. And then here we go. The weight of unspoken truth settles between you. Zane's thumb has stopped its gentle patterns against your thigh, his entire body gone rigid with whatever thoughts are churning behind those hazel eyes. Medical drama drones on, but neither of you are watching anymore. The air feels charged, electric with the tension that precedes storms. I don't trust him yet. I don't fully trust myself. These days, I tried, but it's not the same. I know you feel it too. I can't relax knowing that I can lose control and... His fingers press deeper into your skin, not quite painful but desperate, like he's trying to anchor himself. You put his hand over his. You won't. He hums, a sound that carries more weight than words. His arm tightens around you, pulling you closer until you're pressed against his side. You keep watching the drama, but your mind drifts elsewhere. The dialogue becomes white noise against the storm brewing in the room. Zane seems equally distant, gaze fixed. The temperature keeps shifting, warm to cold, cold to warm, like the apartment itself can't decide what it wants to be. Neither of you acknowledge it. The silence stretches, heavy with things that need saying but can't quite find their way to the surface. Maybe today isn't a good day to talk. Maybe tomorrow will bring clearer skies and steadier ground. You wake to empty sheets and winter sunlight. A space between you is cold, no lingering warmth to suggest he stayed through the night. Your hand reaches across the expanse of the mattress, only finding rumpled fabric and the ghost of his presence. Your heart knows before your mind can catch up. The apartment feels different. This makes me sad. I don't want to end it like this. The apartment feels different, hollow, like the life had been sucked out of it. You pull on his shirt, the fabric still carrying traces of his scent. The pad barefoot through rooms that echo with absence. On the kitchen counter, a single paper waits. The handwriting is a mix of the familiar ones you know so well. Letters blur and blend like two voices trying to speak as one. I'll figure this out myself. You try his phone. It goes straight to voicemail. You try again. Each attempt is met with the same digital void. The same confirmation he's chosen to disappear again rather than face whatever's happening. The phone clatters onto the counter when you finally give up. You know he's afraid of himself, of what he might become, but knowing doesn't make it hurt less. All you can do is keep moving forward, keep protecting the city, searching for answers about Ever and their plans. Somewhere there might be the key to understanding what's happening to Zane. Part of you knows he'll come back eventually. Your paths are too entangled, your connection too deep for this to be the end. You wonder how long it'll take this time, and what you two will have become by then. No. Ending 2 of 2. The end. No, we're gonna read the other ending. Just to end it on a happier note, cause like, I don't want to. Load. Ending 1. one more time, guys. Rewind. Roll back the timeline. Zane looks down at his hands, flexing his fingers like he's testing their responsiveness. When he's here, I can feel what he feels. See fragments of what he's seeing. I know, bad ending can't make me. That's how I'm gonna feel about Love Spell later this week. When he's here, I can feel what he feels. See fragments of what he sees. His voice drops lower, more uncertain than you've ever heard it, and sometimes I can't tell where I end and where he begins anymore. I don't know if I'm watching or living, and it terrifies me. The admission makes something flutter in your chest and hope, maybe, or relief that he's finally sharing his feelings with you. Why? If we're the same person, if what separates us is just circumstance, then what's to stop me from becoming him? What if it's not a choice at all, but inevitable? His fingers curl into the fabric of your pants, anchoring himself. What if this is just borrowed time before I lose myself completely? What if I'm destined to hurt you? The vulnerability in his voice breaks open in your chest. You start to shift closer, and he pulls back slightly, creating distance. We'll fight it, together. You don't understand. You reach for his hand, but he moves it away from your reach, fingers curling into fists at his sides. The space between you feels charged, electric, but he's fighting against it with everything he has. You're afraid of what I might become. I'm more afraid of losing who you are right now. You lean closer, testing his boundaries. His breath catches. He doesn't move away this time. I see you, Zane. Both of you. And I'm not going anywhere. And that's where I'm gonna end, because then it gets a little spicy. Because we all know what happens. I'm not gonna read through the rest of this. Because they're, TLDR, they're kissing. She's about to straddle him. They're going to switch mid-kiss. Dawn's freaked out. He wants to pull away, but she's like, no. Don't apologize. You can kiss me, because is what she says. She's letting him. That's the second time she said it's okay. I feel like I should take a screenshot of the kissing and such, and so on and so forth, etc., etc. I will not be reading that part again. And then he confesses that he loves her. Keeps kissing her. They're still on the couch. The switch is happening. And in the extra scene, that happens too, actually. Oh my god, wait, no! Uh-oh, Mayday, no! I loaded the wrong file! We're gonna have to end here, guys. I loaded the wrong file. I loaded the wrong file. No. Ah! I loaded the wrong file. Okay, good night and goodbye, everybody. We're not doing this again. Hi Spicule, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Hi Usami, thank you for resubbing at 80 months? I can't see, man. I don't know. Okay. I cannot proceed any further. I should not proceed. We're gonna leave it on the screen, but if you guys need to find me, here are my socials. I have to end stream now. Thanks for watching for like the 2 hours and 41 minutes. Who's online right now? We gotta go. Thanks for streaming. Thank you for hanging out. Okay. Oh, she's progging. Okay, hold on. I'm like trying to figure out who to raid. She is progging right now. We might go say hi to Hino, actually. This tragedy, greater than even the 7th Umbral Calamity. Yeah, no, honestly, at this point, I feel like, for me, if Love and Deep Space goes EOS faster than I think it's going to, it will be the 8th Umbral Calamity for me. But we're gonna go raid Hino and cheer her on for progging. She is progging you mad. She's streaming you mad. Alrighty, so use those raid messages if you're on Twitch. If not, sorry YouTube, you're not coming along for the ride. My bad. Sorry everybody. But thank you for watching. As I played When Dreams Wake, if you needed it, it's all pinned there. But I appreciate you all. Have a good night. Take care of yourselves. I'm gonna go. Okay. Gotcha responsibly, take care of yourself, drink your water, take your meds, eat, you know, the usual things. I'll see you all tomorrow at 9 p.m. Pacific time for Love Spell. Bye!